anti-tracker.
We will return to your scheduled programming shortly, or we are currently experiencing technical difficulties.
There, I realized no sound. I'm an idiot. I'm sorry. I pulled a bird of prey. I was so excited about the new UBERCHAT that I forgot to hit the mute button. So, without further ado, let's go now. I was basically just saying, okay, Thomas was first, Commander Schramm was second, Alex Brooke was third, John the Foreman President was fourth, Mystique LeBeau was fifth, Bird of Prey is sixth, Commander Schramm then says second, and Thomas puts $4.99 in to see the new UBERCHAT, UBERCHAT number 11. Let's take a look. Whew.
But here's what we're gonna do. It's a beautiful day in Caroga. Of course, it's time to protect the Caroga homelands. Ah, shit! We're already taking shots. What the hell was that? What? Son of a bitch. Son of a bitch. Who shot me? Who shot me? Where's the body? There it is. God damn it. God damn it. It would help if it was telling me where people were shooting from. Fuck! For Alamarine, if you can see Alamarine, you'll come with me. Alamarine.
And there it is. Bird of Prey and his wonderful adventure today in Space Engineers. You know, the funny thing, Bird, and you know, is that if you get killed by someone who sniped you, you don't just immediately keep going back to the same spot so they can snipe you over and over and over. It was so fun to watch. But yes. So, speaking of which, the Renegade says, "Good day, Anti-Trekker and fellow nerds. Good to see you." Also, Multi-Gunman says, "Hey, how you doing? I'm hanging in there, my friend." Commander Shutter, I'm here. That would explain why the base and ship had minor damage. Yes, Bird was definitely the cause. Bird of Prey says, "I did not attack. I was attacked, minding my own business." Yeah, as you were taking off saying, "Oh yeah, we're going to correct something," and then you got shot. Josh says, "Night stream on Friday shouldn't be the stream in the morning. Hope Mrs. Anti-Trekker is the host of the stream, or we will unsub." Wow. Well, Mrs. Anti-Trekker, we were talking about, we need to know what do you want her to talk about, because she doesn't like Space Engineers. I'll be honest with you, she doesn't like it. So yeah. And then there's some stuff about the no sound. Sorry about that. That was my problem. It's like the original Duck Hunt. It was funny live, and it's still funny. Yes, Bird of Prey. Yes. And so Continuum says, I bet it was Anti-Tracker. Oh, as far as the shoot, no, it was the hero of Turdistan, Thomas Potts, that performed most of those kills. Basically, yeah, the Bird of Prey was just doing badly. And the funny thing is that, and I should have kept it in there, but at one point, right after Bird of Prey gets shot by Thomas Potts, he never saw Thomas. Notice that in none of that, he never saw Thomas Potts at all. And he's like, oh, he has terrible aim. You got shot, dude, like 3 times. His aim is fine. So, Thomas says, I actually hit a tree and was hurt. So I left. I had 100+ rounds. Yes. Let's get Mrs. Aintricker to discuss Top Gun. That could... well, here's the thing. I don't think that you'd be all that excited about it because she said that the trailer looked all right, but, you know, it looks more serious than the first one, but she still doesn't think it looks great or anything. Hide behind the pile of dead birds. Yes. Karoga is definitely being littered with the body of many birds of prey. As you can see, Auntie is actually up and looking with those sad eyes that she looks with, which just... Doesn't that... Look at her face right now. Doesn't that look like it should be like a public service announcement? Of course, now then she takes her face off the camera so you can't see her because she's... there we go. Look at that face. It just, you know... Ah, please give. You don't want this puppy to die, do you? So, Kronos says first. Well, no, but good to see you, Kronos. Antrekker, there was no topic that Mrs. Antrekker can rant about at the drop of a hat and for hours. Is there no topic that Mrs. Antrekker can rant about at the drop of a hat and for hours? I don't know. She's not really much of a ranter, not like me. How about an hour of nothing but Mrs. Antrekker trashing Bird's gaming skills? As fun as that would be, she would probably just say, well, I'd suck at that game too, because she doesn't play it. So, you know, one of these days we'll have her, you know, she was talking about how she hasn't been on the show in a while, and she was willing to come on, but she doesn't want to talk about space engineers because she thinks space engineers is boring. Luke is in the house and says, Karoga cloning facility output versus Turdistan ammunition manufacture production. We all know who will win. Yes. The problem is that bullets are a whole lot cheaper than clones. That's just a fact. And, you know, and of course, how many clones have there been of you, Bird of Prey? I mean, what, we on like 40, 50, 100, 200? It just doesn't go well for you, my friend. You genuinely need to just surrender. If an unconditional surrender, you know, I'll even throw in that we won't execute you if you do an unconditional surrender. On this live stream right now. Anti is sad that Disco is still around. Yes, that's what it is. She always looks like that, though. Even when she's happy, she looks sad. And it's like she has one of those puppy faces that just, even though she's a middle-aged dog, but she has a puppy face that just makes you want to melt. The Zap Brannigan method. Throw man after man till the kill bots reach their set limit. That seems to be the Karogan strategy, to be honest with you.
So, that's right. I sent wave after wave of my best men to die.
I don't know why I can't do Zap. I usually can, but yeah. Let Miss Antrekker rant about how happy she is that Lore is moving away. You guys are bad. You should make that bird clip public service announcement with snowflake music. Remember, friends don't let, well, Bird play space engineers. Yeah, poor Bird. He was having a really rough time. But, you know, if we break down his strategy, the problem was that, okay, the first time he left the base, he was shot almost immediately. Now, that should be a clue that, of course, enemies are in the immediate area. So what does he do? He immediately flies down to the exact same place where he was shot. And then he does it again. And then he does it again. So, yeah, we need to work on that. Mike Richards says, greetings for Columbus, Ohio. Good to see you, my friend. If you guarantee Bird of Prey is not executed, wouldn't that be a conditional surrender? Well, that's the one. I'll give him that much. Other than that, no. You know, he basically has to let us just show up and grind his base away. Laura is moving away. He's looking at selling his house and moving. And so I talked to him briefly about it. He's not like, ooh, he's moving next week or anything. It's just he's in the early stages of planning. I guess that house is probably just not where he wants to be. And I can kind of understand. I mean, after the divorce and everything, the last thing I'd want to do is be in the house that would make me think of the marriage that is no longer in existence. Which Luke also says Laura's moving. Yes. And so, like I said, it's not like a major big deal. And it's not like he's leaving the country or even leaving Tennessee. He's just leaving that house. And I can certainly understand that, like I said, given his circumstances. Thomas says, Bird of Prey is back. Yes, that is true. And do notice, of course, that not one time, despite all that, was Bird shot in the back. Most of the time he was shot in the side. Luke says, Karoga equals cannon fodder. That is very, very true. What is the definition of insanity? Well, the new definition of insanity is Bird-O-Prey 5. Richie Poole is in the house, says, hey guys, what's up? How you doing, Richie? We've just been laughing at the expense of Bird of Prey mostly. Bird, if you're still here, sorry to be picking on you so much, but come on, you know that was hilarious. Because he had a very, very bad day in Space Engineers today. Alexa, say I suck every hour on the hour. That would be funny if you could get Alexa to do that. So, that that was an interesting day. When Bird went live and we saw that he was gonna, figured we'd just have to goad him into the game so that we could like school him on his own live stream, which I think we did a fairly decent job. John says, Anstrigger, when Lore moves into the new place, we should all sub to the nearest YouTuber and encourage the trolling to continue. Yeah, we'll find a YouTuber that lives near him. Alexa, set alarm 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 4 a.m., 5 a.m. Yes, that's definitely, So I have to ask Bird what the definition of insanity is, or is Bird the insanity? Well, Bird is the insanity, but Bird, if you're still with us, what is the definition of insanity, Bird? I'm hoping you're still here. Let me know if you're still here, and then tell me what is the definition of insanity. Alexa, order bulletproof vests. I don't think, he's going to need a lot of bulletproof vests, because our Turtistani sharpshooters, led by our General Thomas Potts, the commander of the Turtistani military, let's just say puts Karoga to shame. I mean, our general could take on the entire Karogan military by himself if we really wanted him to. Bird of Prey, the turd community resident, red shirt. Yes. I thought Bird was the word. Well, apparently, I think he ran away. I think he's probably, unfortunately, he's crying right now. And I've just got a news flash that Bird of Prey is drowning in tears. Oh, there he is. Definition of insanity is thinking Karoga will ever surrender. So, there you go. That's Bird of Prey's definition of insanity. So, despite the fact that he is hopelessly outmatched, Karoga will never surrender. Good for you, Bird. Good for you. Continuum says, don't worry, Bird of Prey. Once I join, the enemy will suffer. Oh, great. Now you see, that's not fair. Now more people are going to join your team, and then we'll get trounced. And then, of course, people will join our team, and you get trounced, and the war will just never end. We just want peace. Truly, we do. We just want peace for everybody. The only person that really has to die is Bird. Unless he surrenders, then we'll let him live. But, you know, the rest of the Kurogans are more than welcome to join us and live in peace, except for Bird. Bird will have to, if he surrenders, he'll get life in prison. If he doesn't surrender, he will be executed, as he has been many times, as UBERCHAT number 11 demonstrates. Ever surrender or never surrender? Yeah, well, the definition of insanity is thinking the Kuroga will ever surrender or the Kuroga will never surrender. I think the definition of insanity is that statement right there. The Bird can actually say that with a straight face is proof positive that he is insane. You crazy SOB. Hey, Chief, how you doing? Would this channel survive without Bird to destroy? Absolutely. We'll just find somebody else to pick on. But Bird is, you know, he's all right. You know, we let him, yeah. I just work here, LOL. You two are like two parents fighting. Well, Commander Shutter, here's the thing. You say you just work here, but you joined the Kurogan military. If you really just want to show that you can leave Kuroga and join us. And Kronos throws a little bit into PayPal. And by the way, Kronos, I know since you prefer PayPal, if you go to Streamlabs and donate through Streamlabs, that's the same thing as donating through PayPal. Just so you know, and so if you want to. In the meantime, however, Kronos, let me know what you want, my friend. Peace is like a tango. It takes two to make peace, only one to make war. Well, we've been offering peace to Kuroga. I mean, you know, all he has to do is surrender. The only person in Kuroga that needs to be brought to trial for his crimes is BIRDOPREY himself. The Kurogan people are all welcome to come to Turkestan. And so Luke says, so peace is a prey after all. Peace is a prey after all. You lost me on that one, Luke. The new UBERCHAT is called Hunting BIRDOPREY 5. Well, it's just called UBERCHAT 11, but yeah, Hunting BIRDOPREY 5s is definitely a good name for it. And Kronos wants the Hypnoturd with vocal fry. Oh, geez. All right. Oh, hail the Hypnoturd. The Hypnoturd is totally the best. You have to give your money to the Hypnoturd. All hail the Hypnoturd, because I have photon blasts, and photon blasts are totally awesome. Oh man, I hate vocal fry, Kronos. You know I haven't gotten to the Streamlabs thing yet. Yeah, it's actually pretty cool. Check it out, streamlabs.com. Orville Nation is in the house, says anti-checker. Yeah. You have a lot of gummy turds in the jar now. Yeah, I know. I need to clear out the jar. I didn't. It's some of it's left over from last couple of streams. Time to go bird hunting. One of your minions took a shot of a defenseless miner. Shameful. Well, first of all, if all you have to do, if they were shooting at you, all you have to do is surrender, is join Turkestan, and then we won't shoot you ever, because we don't shoot our own. See, Bird is perfectly willing to sacrifice all of his minions, as you've seen over and over. How many Kerbals from Kuroga have died, and Bird celebrating the success as they slam into the side of a mountain. So yeah. Read again. I don't know how you did it, but you slipped lines for some reason. Said Luke, so Bird is a prey after all. Oh, I get it now. I get it. Bird is a prey after all. Well, Luke, being dyslexic, it is hard for me sometimes, so I apologize. But yes. Chrono says, I may see Captain Marvel now. Thanks, Antichecker. Well, you're welcome. Hey, Chief Cook, that sounded really evil as far as going bird hunting. Yes. You sound like Captain Marvel when you do that. That's, yeah, I sound stoned. Wow. Why don't you Skype Bird into this live stream? Let him try to defend Kuroga. Well, if he wanted to, Bird has my Skype, and he could call me right now on Skype. And if he wants to defend the good people of well, it's not the people of Kuroga, it's him. Like I said, if he surrenders, the people of Kuroga will be spared. If he really cares about the people of Kuroga, the best thing he can do is surrender to us. I see what you did. You put guns by our base. Yeah. To be or not to be? To be. Darren is in the house. Says, how's Anti-Checker's back today? Very, very sore, Darren. Thank you for asking. Yeah, it's been a rough one. Honestly, watching BIRDOPREY stream is about the only time that I was in a fairly decent mood today. Oh. Commander Shutter BIRDOPREY shot an unarmed anti-checker and took all the stuff. That is very true. BIRDOPREY did do that. And when I was trying to help him set up his initial base, he shot me. So, yeah. Totally like Valley Speak, but hate Vocal Fry. It's heinously bogus. Yes, agreed, Dale. Mike says, shoot him now, shoot him now. Daffy Duck, yes. It's bird season. And Mr. Captain's asking BIRDOPREY to call in. Well, BIRDOPREY is probably not going to call in because, well, let's be real. He's afraid. He's truly afraid of facing a jury of people that, because he knows he's wrong. Death to the bird, right, Kronos? Bird does not care about the people of Kuroga. He will ensure they fight to the last man, whether they like it or not. Very true, Multi-Gun Man, and that is why Bird is such an evil person. And the sad thing is the Kurogans that are loyal to him, they just don't understand that Bird does not care about them in any way, shape, or form. So, yeah, that's kind of sad. The good people of Kuroga are happy to die for their evil dictator, but they shouldn't be. They really, I don't want people to be happy to die, so, yeah. Depends on what birds you're talking about, seagulls. Well, that's true, yeah. Did y'all establish rules of war? Only one main rule of war that we established right at the beginning, which is no attacking no attacking the other person's base unless they are online. That's the main rule. So if that was the initial that was established once the war actually started. That was after, by the way, Bird shot me in the back. Bird is only being opportunistic. Well, he was not being. He was being. But what, by shooting someone who was trying to help him in the back? How's that? All right. And Luke throws 20 euros in. Thank you so much. It says BIRDOCHAT 2. You got it, my friend. Haven't watched that one in a while, so that's one of my absolute favorites. So BIRDOPREY, this show is all about you today, my friend.
This is the story of the unsung hero of the Klingon Empire, Joe. Joe was the only Klingon in history to dare to call Captain James T. Kirk a coward and live. Joe not only fought the mighty Captain Kirk to a standstill, he also beat the legendary Montgomery Scott in hand-to-hand combat. Joe had a plan to overthrow his commander, Kang, by tricking Kang into fighting against Kirk. But the fight was interrupted by several Starfleet officers. Joe then made the mistake of trying to fight Spock in hand-to-hand combat. Spock used a Vulcan nerve pinch on Joe, causing severe nerve damage. It was years before Joe could even speak again. To this day, Joe has been unable to walk. However, he has managed to build up a strangely successful singing career.
Alamarine, count to 4, Alamarine, then 3 more. Alamarine, if you can see, Alamarine, you'll come with me. Alamarine, count to 4, Alamarine, then 3 more. Alamarine, if you can see, Alamarine, you'll come with me. Alamarine, count to 4, Alamarine, then 3 more. Alamarine, if you can see, Alamarine, you'll come with me. Alamarine, count to 4, Alamarine, then 3 more. Alamarine, if you can see, Alamarine, then you'll come with me.
Thanks, Joe, for being an inspiration for every brain-damaged Klingon out there.
That's right. Joe, the hero of the Klingon Empire. The little special Klingon with no honor that would shoot people in the back, despite the fact that Klingons look down on that type of practice. But thank you, Luke. Thank you, my friend. I do appreciate it. Nicole is in the house, says, can't get into the server. It says I have a version behind what my game is. Yeah, it had to be updated. There was actually a patch to the game yesterday and another patch to the game today. And so that is taking, because me and Thomas couldn't get into the game this morning, but now we could. So it is definitely, it should be fixed, Nicole, or just make sure that your game is up to date. Night Breeze throws a buck into the chat. Thank you so much. And then Night Breeze throws another buck into the chat. For some reason, Night Breeze is going crazy, but thank you, my friend. I do appreciate it. Meanwhile, Cronus is taking back everything bad he said about the French. Wow, that was awful nice of you. Darren says, Antricker, you can use the rules of war from Anchorman films. No touching the hair and face. Well, that would give Bird an unfair advantage, though, because I have lots and lots of hair. Bird has none. Well, almost none. And, I mean, I think, here we go. The rules will be simple. That, the other person has to give you a 30-second head start to run away before you shoot them. How's that? Alexa, how do you pull the feathers off of a bird? Kroos wants to know, euro's worth anything? Yes, each euro is worth €1. And Thomas says, me killing Bird of Prey was justified. You are absolutely right, Thomas. You were absolutely justified. That one shot looked like Spock was going to get his hand cut off. Well, but he didn't. Sorry. I think we have a new favorite super chat, says Multi-Gun Man. So, Night Breeze, since you put those two $1 in there, assuming you want to see a super chat, so you let me know what you want, my friend. Darren says, I hate all that Alamarine hopscotch episode. Well, yeah, it's not a particularly popular one. I'm a drain damaged, yet not a Klingon. Well, yes, and that's the thing. Bird is very special, being a brain damaged Klingon. And let's see. Charles throws $5 in, says, did you see the tweet about the impending CBS Viacom merger and Star Trek being one of the reasons? Will they screw it up? Is it asking too much? I have not heard anything from it. However, Charles, if you wouldn't mind, tell me, who did said tweet come from? Because did it come from an official source, or is it one of those insiders say this might happen rumor things? Move Along Home is the worst Star Trek episode ever. I disagree, Commander Shran. I think And the Children Shall Lead is the worst Star Trek episode ever. Well, one of the worst. Anyway, of course, then there's Threshold. And, yeah. So, And then there's that. What's the one from Next Gen with the planet? The racist one. I can't remember the name of that one. But yeah, there's a few stinkers out there. In the meantime, Charles, if you want an UBERCHAT reward, give me a number 1 through 11. 11 being the newest one, where Bird has his fun little hunt today. Let's see. Lots and lots of hair, including his feet. Jerk. If Bird is an inspiration for brain damaged Klingons everywhere, does that mean that the Kling orcs are his fault? You are 100% right, John. That is where the Kling orcs came from. They all worship Bird of Prey, by the way. They call him the Torchbearer. Night Breeze wants number 3 and the Hypno Turd. All right, let's get. Where's number 3? There it is. The classics. All hail the Hypno Turd. You must love the Hypno Turd. The Hypno Turd is love. The Hypno Turd is life. The Hypno Turd knows you. The Hypno Turd is in you. The Hypno Turd knows every thought in your head. You cannot escape the Hypno Turd. You must give in and bow down before the Hypno Turd. So remember to love the Hypno Turd. You should have a spinning Spock instead of the Enterprise. Yeah, I'm actually working on doing. I want to do some custom stuff for the Streamlabs thing, but that is definitely one of them that I want to do. One rule of warfare: Turdistani scum will die. You see, Resolute, that's why you can't have nice things. Darren says, sometimes I think they should reinstitute legal duels in the U.S. That would cause a lot of this incivility we have in the U.S. Psychopolitical realm to dissipate. That would be interesting. I would pay money to see Nancy Pelosi and AOC duel right now. Any Disco episode is worse than any non-Star Trek Discovery. Not true, Night Breeze. I will say this. There are a few Disco episodes that are definitely better than Threshold, and even Alamoraine or Move Along Home, and definitely The Children Shall Lead. Sometimes I think they should I already read that. Any Threshold will always be the worst. Everybody else fights for second place. I tend to agree. Threshold is just on a special level of stupid. Code of Honor, thank you, Renegade, is the racist one. These Are the Voyagers is definitely a stinker for sure. So yes, Nicole, I forgot about that. Code of Honor, yes. How do you make song request videos? How do you make song request videos? I'm not sure exactly what you mean, Thundercats. You mean like you want a song to be sung? Because I'm not the great singer like Bird of Prey, but if you want Bird of Prey to sing a song and then have me throw my special touch onto it like I like to do, then what you do is first you go to a Bird of Prey stream, you throw $5 at him, and he will sing any song you want as long as it does not have explicit lyrics. Then, once that's done, you got to let me know and give me the timestamp of said song so that I can then turn around and turn it into another video. Gotta get me some Infinity Turds. Yeah, I haven't seen the Infinity Turd in a while. Let's see. Charles says, TrekMovie.com, the Viacom. Okay. So if it's from TrekMovie.com, that gives it, I would say, about a 50-50 chance of being legit. And the reason I said, now, Trek Movie is a shill website. I believe it's owned by CBS. However, a lot of the times what they'll do on these shill websites, since they're not official news sources, is they'll throw stuff like this out there to see how the audience reacts. And if people love the idea, then they will, then they'll move forward. If they don't love the idea, then they don't. But let's see. So on that article, let me grab it here and see what it has to say. And I'll read that in just a second. Let me get the last few chats caught up here. The Hypno Turd is how the First Order got all of its money to fund Starkiller Base and the Supremacy. Yes, you are actually absolutely correct about that. The Hypno Turd is how the First Order financed everything. Thundercats, yes, that's what I meant. Thanks. No problem. Bird of Prey, sing. He's no Lore, and Lore is a great dancer too, especially with guns. Well, Lore is definitely a better dancer than Bird. Bird's dancing is just basically him plopping on the floor. But I gotta say, Bird sings from the heart. Or, well, Bird makes sounds that come from the heart that he says are singing. Can hardly wait 3 more weeks to see Endgame. Wow, Kronos. Wow. Hey, Ed Tricker, can you sing a song? Anti-Tricker, are you crazy and you haven't seen what I've done to Lore and Bird when they sing? Hey, Anti-Tricker, can you sing a song? Anti-Tricker, are you crazy? Haven't you seen what I've done? Oh, I see, yeah. What I've done to Lore and Bird. Yes, yeah. I don't pretend to be a great singer or anything. Not like Bird or Lore. All right, so let's take a look at this article real quick. So this article came out today, and let's see. This is by Anthony Pascal, and like I said, this is on TrekMovie.com. CBS Viacom merger announcement expected soon. Star Trek reunification cited as a factor. Reports regarding the remerger of CBS and Viacom, parent company of Paramount Pictures, are buzzing again with expectations that an announcement could be made in August. Today is being reported that bringing Star Trek back under one roof, as it was before, the CBS Viacom split of 2005 is one of the considerations for the remerger. CBS and Viacom talking remergy. As we reported in April, CBS and Viacom were again discussing a merger after talks broke down in 2018. Former CBS CEO Leslie Moonves was the main opponent for the deal. With Moonves gone, controlling shareholder Sherry Redstone appears to be getting her wish of merging. Earlier this week, CNBC was the first to report both companies had picked August 8th to come to a deal. This report was later confirmed by Industry Trades. The date was chosen because it is the day both companies are set to announce their latest quarterly earnings. Variety is reporting today that Viacom CEO Bob Bakish has a lock for the CEO job for the merged entity, and both company boards are already discussing the post-merger management structure. Industry analysts have been bullish on the remerger. In addition to the cost savings and economics of scale resulting from a merger, it is expected to give a combined entity a boost in advertising revenue. The merger is also expected to position the merged entity better in the streaming wars, which may also lead to an additional CBS acquisition such as Starz, Lionsgate, and Univision. Star Trek is a factor. And according to today's The Hollywood Reporter, Star Trek is also a motivating factor. From the article, some insiders, only on deep background but with a straight face, say that putting Star Trek back under one roof is indeed a very important reason to reunite Viacom with CBS. Much like Disney has worked hard to keep as many Marvel characters as possible in its singular house of mouse. For that matter, Mission Impossible could also use some continuity, as Viacom has the films while CBS ran the original series from 66 to 73. Although that means nothing because it's not like the TV show is still relevant. CBS, who would be the purchasing entity of the merger, is clearly taking Star Trek seriously with their continued expansion of the television franchise. The company has announced a number of additional Star Trek series for CBS All Access and an animated series for kids on Nickelodeon, which happens to be a part of Viacom. All this activity has been put under one roof already with the recent CBS announcement that the Star Trek Global Franchise Group, headed up by Alex Kurtzman, a remerger would likely involve this group taking over the development of Star Trek feature films. This developing story and Trek movie will provide any updates when there is more merger news. All right, so let's talk about this for a second. On the one hand, I know some people say, yoo-hoo! However, All this means is Alex Kurtzman will not only have the crap that he already has, namely Star Trek Discovery and all this horrible Star Trek that he's produced, but now Alex Kurtzman will be in charge of Star Trek films as well, which means that any future Star Trek films will be under the guidance of Alex freaking Kurtzman. They're just doubling down on the crap that we hate. So, no, that's not the best news. Can you sing the theme to SpongeBob SquarePants? How does it go? Oh, lives in a pineapple under the sea. Yeah, you're supposed to sing that part. See, you guys aren't helping. I heard the Picard trailer drops tomorrow. I don't know. Probably that would make sense considering Comic-Con's going on right now. That Kuroga spy plane is back. Uh-oh. Take it down. Take it down. Kuroga spy plane, paper airplane, yes. Sounds from the heart. Bird has faith of the heart. He does. I heard someone else is in line to run CBS. Someone I like to call Herman Schmeckelbeck. Yeah. Wow, the Critical Drinker likes the new Maverick trailer. I thought the trailer was all right. I think it looks nice. It does look like a true sequel to Top Gun. But quite frankly, am I really jazzed about a Top Gun sequel? No. Please say Paramount got Star Trek back. Chief, you're not listening. According to the article, if it's Viacom, which is the parent company of Paramount. If they remerge with CBS, then yes, technically Paramount Pictures could start putting out Star Trek films and all that. However, they already said the person who's going to be in charge of all of Star Trek if this happens is Alex freaking Kurtzman. So it's not going to make things better. It is not going to make things better. Poor Ed Harris is looking old. Well, yeah, Ed Harris is like, 400 years old now? Darth Maul says they can use Picard to reset the timeline to the canon. We all know Picard pulls himself up, goes back into space, finds Discovery, gets the time suit, saves Romulus Vulcan universe. Not gonna happen, Darth. Not gonna. I know we all want to come up with these ways that they could potentially fix the timeline. It is not going to happen. We have to accept that and then try to work with what they have rather than pipe dreams like what you were just saying. They're not going to do something where they just reset everything. Just like with Star Wars, they're not going to start episode 9 with Luke waking up going, wow, that was all a bad dream. You know. Resolute says that's horrible news. Agreed. Glad he is still acting, though. Ed Harris, yeah, I didn't know he was... honestly, I didn't even know he's still alive. Bet you the Critical Drinker would not like Maverick vodka. Vodka in a plastic jug. And you guys say more. Well, actually, Critical Drinker would probably like that a lot because it's probably cheap. Woot, Kurtzman. Okay. Not sure why you would say that, but okay. Sadly, you're probably right. I'm sure they're going to make crap. Total depression. Yeah, I'm sorry, Charles. I don't want to rain on your parade, but I got to be realistic about it. And I love Star Trek, but I just don't see that with the current leadership at CBS, and especially since they're saying CBS will be taking over Viacom, not Viacom taking over CBS. And so if that happens, guess what? Nothing's changing. Well, Auntie didn't start howling, so it wasn't that bad. Oh, by singing? Yeah, that's true. But Auntie doesn't really howl that much, except for, honestly, the only time Auntie gets worked up is when she hears Sassy on one of Bird's live streams because beagles are very sensitive to other beagles for some reason. We can sing Anti-Trekker from this side. You just can't hear us. Well, that's the problem, and we need to fix that. Maybe the issue with Kurtzman is stupid legal stuff, crippling storytelling. Darth, no. There is nothing legal as far as, like, for example, the whole 25% thing. There's nothing that legally says they have to change anything 25%. Why? Because CBS owns Star Trek. They don't have to change anything. If they wanted the Enterprise to be the exact Enterprise we saw in the original series, they can do that. They own Trek. They don't have to license anything. They don't have to fight for the rights of anything. They own it. And so all the stuff about legal stuff is crap. That was all a lie. And later they even admitted it. It was artistic differences. They wanted to make it different. They wanted to make it new. And so yeah, that don't buy into the stupid legal stuff. It's just not a fact. Multi-Gunman says, a Top Gun sequel. Finally, a sequel nobody wanted to see. Yeah. I almost shot my coffee onto my monitor when you said Harris was 400 years old. Sorry, Darren. LOL, that's a bit of a stretch. Well, 400, 350, you know, I'm not sure. Les Brewer, I don't think I've seen you before, Les, but welcome. Once you destroy canon, you destroy the lore forever. That's the problem. They really, what they need to do is brand repair at this point. And honestly, if I were, like, let's say CBS Viacom merged and everything, and then I became the CEO and or I became the director of Star Trek, right? Of, you know, Kurtzman's job, I would say, okay, screw it. We're rebooting the whole universe. We're starting from scratch. The fans will understand we screwed it up too much, you know, or we're, you know, whoa, you know, or we'll do a direct sequel to TNG or something like that. But it's not going to take anything from what CBS All Access has put out into account. So we have to accept the fact that these franchises are dead. Unfortunately, that's true. They can be revived, but right now they are dead. Then we get rid of CBS leadership. I would love to see that happen. So long as they don't re-edit the classic treks, we can ignore the new crap. That is true. And I'll tell you, me and Mrs. Andy Trekker still watch TOS almost every day. So, you know, that's... so Chief Cook says, death to Kurt Man. Now, Chief, that's taking it too far. I am not going to encourage physical harm to anybody, even somebody who has done such horrible things as that person. Darth Maul, I like science and power and math people aren't the results of, I like science and power math people aren't the results of legal issues. There are no legal issues. That is a myth. But yes, but the bad writing is just bad writing. How do you get rid of the leadership? They all seem to have sort of weird tenure. They do, and that's the problem. But what they need is, honestly, what these production companies like CBS don't have is anybody who is a sane person, who is not part of the Hollywood bubble, who understands what the fans want. And that's why, look at frickin' CBS. The network is in shambles. They have 17 television shows that are the exact same show. They need to have some variety. And they're trying to make Star Trek into a procedural cop show. You know, it's like, stop with the NCIS crap. You know, just make good shows. Make interesting characters. But no, I mean, you look at these shows, they're horrible. Darren says, I subscribe to the Doomcock version of the relationship between Star Trek, CBS, and Paramount. You'd have to give me a little more information than just the Doomcock version, because I've heard him say a couple of things. Shocking, breaking news, not really. I posted more or less positive comment on that news story, and they block every post until it can be reviewed by a moderator. Someone post a negative one and see if it gets blocked. All right, well, let's see. Do you have to have an account with Trek Movie? Because I don't, and I don't feel like registering with them, but I'll try. Let's see. Where do we go? Join the discussion. While I love Trek, frankly, I have little faith that people running CBS or Viacom will do anything to repair the brand. All right, so name. Let's see. Whoop. All right. Comment awaiting moderation. So we'll see if it does. So Harry Ball says, long overdue. Now maybe they can have a cohesive version of the future of the franchise. No. Hubcap Drive. So they're thinking about getting back together for the sake of the kids. So maybe now Picard can get 7 seasons and then a movie. Yeah. So we'll see what happens. Let's go back to the comments here. Nightbreeze, it has been announced that the V film is not dead yet. Well, every project is not dead. It just sits in limbo forever. Some projects just never get made. Honestly, if Luke did wake up and say the last two movies were a horrible nightmare, would any old school Star Wars fan really be all that bothered? No, but anybody, the problem is that just feels so cheap, and they're not going to do that. It's true what you say. I have a strong hope for. It's true what you say. I have a strong hope for a good outcome. I would like to see a good outcome. I'm just trying to be realistic. I'm not going to get my hopes worked up because of this merger. Especially reading the article, it sounds like it's just going to be business as usual as far as the Star Trek franchise. So that's the problem. Let's see. Alex Kurtzman can't even admit he made a mistake with the Mummy. Why would he admit to screwing up Trek? Exactly. And the thing is, they keep rewarding the man. Why is Kurtzman's career exploding? I really don't understand. And Alexander is here, throws a couple of fake Canadian dollars, says, MCU Aunt May, naked forever, I said. Of course you did. So Kurtzman is falling up again. Surprise, right? Yeah, exactly. Why is CBS rewarding Kurtzman's incompetence? I really don't understand. Everybody knows that the Star Trek Discovery numbers are horrible, even though CBS won't say what the numbers are, because if they were great, CBS would say what the numbers are. So don't lie to us and talk about record numbers of subscribers when that just means you had one more subscriber now than you had before. That is technically a record, but it doesn't make it a good thing. Let's see. Darren, not this little black duck. I'd love a non-participation trophy. Careful, Anti-Truck. You may get some peeps peeved. I don't care. I am Worf, son of Moog. Death to all CBS executives and Kurtzman. Stop calling for his death. That's not nice. Okay, Chief? Please. I understand you're angry. I do, and I'm with you on that. But you got to be careful about that because these days people take that kind of thing seriously. So please, no more saying that, okay? Darth Maul says, if those pushing the remerger know Kurtzman is killing the IP and how the fandom feels, bad reboot and his company will be thrown out. Well, it sounds like Bad Robot may be moving over to Warner Brothers anyway. That's a whole other thing where they're going to be probably taking over DC, so they're going to kill that franchise now. And which is just... Ed Trigger, I was a bit bothered by the Maverick trailer. The idea that Maverick is still in the Navy and only a captain in 06 stretches believability for me. Well, and they actually do, but here's the thing. They do address that in the trailer. Because Maverick truly lives up to his name. He does not follow the chain of command. But quite frankly, if after 30 years of service, I think that's what they say in the trailer, after 30 years of service, Maverick is still an 06 and a constant rule breaker and all that, he should have been discharged. So yeah. I wouldn't mind it if Star Wars franchise pulled a Bob Newhart. I'm not 100% sure what you mean. Because, are you talking about, the Newhart show versus the Bob Newhart show or something? I'm not sure what you mean. Positive confirmation. A pro-Discovery comment was put right up instantly. Really? That's stupid. Let me refresh the page. And... So, yeah. Mine is still awaiting moderation, but someone else had theirs put up 2 minutes before mine. I haven't seen anything after mine, so we'll see what happens. Dean H posted a comment 626, so his pro disco was put up in under 2 minutes. Mine's still waiting for moderation. Yeah, mine was put at 628, and it's still waiting moderation. So, and just so you guys can see, we'll put up the proof here. So here's the site. You can see right here, Dean H puts, well, we shall see if they can get this done on time. If so, that opens the door to a lot of Star Trek motion picture possibilities. Could we see a movie featuring the Enterprise with Captain Pike, number 1, and Spock? Maybe a Discovery movie. Anything is possible. First of all, though, let's see if they can close the deal on time. And that one was put in at 6:26 p.m. That's obviously Western time, West Coast time. I put my comment in, which really wasn't that scathing. However, it still says awaiting moderation as of 6:28. So we'll see what happens. Because I didn't say anything offensive. I didn't say anything derogatory. I just said that I doubt that they'll do anything to repair the brand. And Alexander throws another 5 fake Canadian dollars in there. Says, I bought a statue of Red Sonja today. This is the best female character ever. I paid 125 Canadian to the comic store instead of the 300 US on internet. Well, while that is a better buy, I would pay 0. Sorry, I just don't care about Red Sonja at all. But Alex Kurtzman is the kind of guy who, if I saw him walking down the street, I'd have to beat him up with a pain stick, one of those weird Vulcan weapons from Amok Time. Stop threatening Kurtzman. Please, people, don't do it. Please, you're killing me. Maybe Maverick go Caffey to defend them? Okay. You're right. CBS has full rights to TOS of Star Trek. That's why Paramount had to use the new timeline. It was all about product sale infringement. Well, and that the whole thing with the Paramount altered timeline, I actually didn't hate the idea. I thought that they explained it well enough. I just didn't like the aesthetic very much. And then, of course, while the first movie I enjoyed, the second movie was a step down, and the third movie was horrifically bad. And I'm glad it tanked. My cat started to sing when you did. I thought she was sick or something. Well, I'm sorry for your cat. I truly am. And by the way, for those of you that were wondering, as far as, here's my theory. I just realized I still have that screen up. My official theory on Top Gun Maverick. Now, there's a pilot that we see only for a split second in the trailer whose code name is Phoenix, and it looks like it's a female pilot. And I genuinely believe that Phoenix is Goose's daughter. And because Goose is a bird and Phoenix is a firebird that rises out of the ashes of death, I think that that is Goose's daughter, who was born probably after Goose died. So I think that's what happened. I have an answer. Discovery is, let's see. Thomas says, I'm working on something for you. Okay, I'm looking forward to that, I think. Thundercat says, I have an answer. Discovery is true Star Trek and everything else was a rogue holograph program. Problem solved. Everyone is happy. Shut up, Thundercats. If Maverick was an admiral, he wouldn't be able to fly. He isn't happy unless he's going Mach 6 with his hair on fire. Well, except that now he's 70 years old, so he should be able to slow down a little bit. Darren says, okay, the series finale of Newhart ended with Bob waking up in bed next to his old wife character from the Bob Newhart show and revealed Newhart was all a dream. Oh, I don't remember that. I honestly don't remember that. But I could see that. Have you decided what you're going to change the name of the Anti-Tracker channel to? No, Zachary, because I've decided to table the name change until fall. I'll bring it back up then because, and several people, including Neurotic, has suggested, that summer is already a slow season, so see how the channel does at the end of summer and if things pick back up. So I'm going to do that. Hi, Trigger, I just got here. Bird really attacked you today? Yes, Jonathan, he really did attack today. And we have the video proof. All you have to do is throw $5 or more into Super Chat and request UBERCHAT number 11, and you'll see the proof. How's the exchange rate from the U.S. to the Canadian dollar? I have no idea. Captain Cat says, wait, what? Alexander is saying another character of the naked MCU Aunt May is the best character ever? What stream did I walk into? Unsub. Well, Alexander also says that the Victorian Baboon woman is the best character ever. And so also said that Sonia Gomez is the best character ever. So he's got a lot of best characters ever. Darren, I see Captain 0 out of 6. Like that who don't want to. Oh, I've seen Captain 06 like that who don't want to get promoted to Admiral, like one service on carrier gags, still love to fly. Okay. Can't deny Red Sonja's hot, though. October Rana is kind of hot, too. Don't know who that is. She is going to kill you with her sort of man face. Way, okay. Was there any big news out of San Diego Comic-Con for Star Trek today? I haven't heard anything. My person on the floor is Wesley Crusher. He is actually there, and I have not heard anything from him today. So I don't know. Was it Red Sonja, the same actress that was on the first Conan movie? I don't know. It's been so long since I've seen any of the Conan movies, I don't know. It's a statue from 2011 made by Dynamite Anti-Checker. Why don't you like Red Sonja? I just don't care about her. It's not that I dislike her. I don't care about her. I don't know jack about her. Never read anything from the comics. Didn't see the movie. The movie looks stupid to me. I don't care about her character one bit. And we'll all be high as a kite by then. I'm Rocket Man and a Midnight Toker. Okay, Dale. Star Wars Episode 9 leak. It's basically Luke doing Bob Newhart's driving instructor bit for 2 hours, except that it's Rey instead of Mrs. Red. Oh, man. Goose's son is in it. That guy from the drumming movie, Miles Teller. Oh, I didn't know that. Okay. Red Sonja is technically a Marvel creation, not a Robert E. Howard creation. I thought I saw John Hamm in the Maverick trailer, too. He's my pick for Reed Richards. I would not pick John Hamm for Reed Richards, but I didn't catch him in the trailer either. Wow, Maverick is 70, and Ed Harris is 400 Antrigger is not a good judge on age. No, definitely not. Start a new Trek series with Q saying, "You puny mortals and your time travel have made a real mess of everything." I'll tell you, that's about right. Zachary says, "You are incorrect. According to Wikipedia, his son is actually going to be a Top Gun pilot in training. Actor's name is Miles Teller." Yeah, that's what someone else just said, Zachary. And so I didn't know that. I did not know that, but hey, fair enough. I wish y'all wouldn't make fun of Julia Pastrana like y'all do. Okay. I also remember Goose's son was in the piano scene of the restaurant bar. Right, but he could have a daughter too. $1 Canadian worth 76 cents, so great time to go vacationing there. Well, except that you gotta buy Canadian products and they're not that great. England DG's in the house, says, "Smickety smack the lickety like." Well, thank you very much, England, and nice to see you. The female lead in the first Conan movie was Valera, not Red Sonja. Thank you, Darren. It's like I said, I haven't seen any of the Conan movies for a long time. There's a big poster of Picard on buildings and stuff. Well, you can have it. I don't want it. MCU Ant-Man is the best character in the MCU. Sonia Gomez is the best character in TNG. The Victorian Baboon Woman is the best Star Trek character ever. Red Sonja is the best female character ever. There you go. That's what Alexander's saying. Yeah. All Darren now is there carries two All Darren now there carries have two carriers, I assume you mean. Two captains. One is CO and the other XO. Captain don't want to be CO, stay on board carriers. Okay. Oh, you're talking Navy stuff that I don't know. Phoenix is just another pilot. Well, we'll find out. I don't know. It just seems funny that they would show her in the trailer then. Mr. Wolverine says, "Anti-Trucker, how doodly do? I just jumped over from After Dark. Hope you're doing okay." I'm hanging in there, my friend. Thank you. Chrono says, "Jerry Ryan needs to throw bananas." Oh, okay. Charles puts $2 in, says, "Thank you for putting up with me." No, thank you for... Hey, you're the one giving me money. How are you thanking me with money? That doesn't make any sense. But thank you for your money, because I am a greedy bastard, Charles. So you can be as mean as you want, and you throw money at me, and I will forgive it. Kidding. Sort of. Maybe Goose's son was originally his daughter. You know, the problem is I could actually see that. And by the way, Charles, if you want a Super Chat reward, give me a number 1 through 26. 6, I think. Top Gun is actually going to star Captain Marvel as a pilot and her experience with toxic males. That is probably going to be true. And let's see. I hope Maverick doesn't whack any more of his co-pilots. Yeah. Goose's son is in the movie. The girl who is Phoenix is the daughter of Maverick's ex-girl, the girl he dated in Top Gun. That could be, I suppose. I mean it. Julia Pastrana's story really touched me as a child. Don't make fun of her, bastards. I have no idea what you're talking about, Darren. I don't know who Julia Pastrana is. I really don't. And Alexander says, why do you think of MCU Aunt May throwing bananas? I didn't. Someone else did. But she does throw bananas, so that's why. This is very weak, peeps. Throw bananas at the like button. Absolutely. Throw bananas, because why not? Charles says 5 if that's the bird attack. All right, I'll put the bird attack up for you because you put a couple in there. And let's see. It's actually 6 on the UBERCHAT meter. Or no, I'm sorry, 11 on the UBERCHAT meter. Here we go.
But here's what we're going to do. It's a beautiful day in Kuroga. Of course, it's time to protect the Kuroga homelands. Ah, shit! We're already taking shots. What the hell was that? What? Son of a bitch. Son of a bitch. Who shot me? Who shot me? Where's the body? There it is. God damn it. God damn it. It would help if it was telling me where people were shooting from. Fuck! For Alamarine, if you can see, Alamarine, you'll come with me. Alamarine.
And there it is, BIRDOPREY's attempted attack on Turkestan that, of course, failed miserably. Oh, geez, another character with the name Phoenix. Yeah. Kelly McGillis did not age well since the last Top Gun. I have not seen her anytime recently. Darren says, Trigger, Julia Pastrana is the person you troglodytes keep referring to as the Victorian baboon woman. She had a beautiful voice and a tragic life, and she's in heaven now. Well, first of all, from a theological perspective, I would say she is not in heaven now, but that's a theological difference. As far as her voice, I don't know anything about her. The Victorian baboon woman, I just know, is a person who was in a freak show back in the day, and people thought she looked like a baboon. Now, I know that Alexander makes jokes about the Victorian baboon woman, and I play along with it. However, it's nothing about Julia Pastrana's life personally. However, I would say calling us troglodytes because we make fun of the term Victorian baboon woman is a bit much, honestly. Kennewick says, guess Phoenix equals Kelly McInnes' daughter and Goose's son, Brad's rival, but woke, they can't be love interests. Or, because woke, Phoenix will kick everybody's butt and be the better pilot. She'll be the better pilot than Maverick. Let's see. MCU Aunt May throws bananas really well. She should be naked throwing bananas. It would be even better. Oh, it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Well, neighbor, when do you plan to launch a counterattack against Bird? Will you live stream it? Yes, I will live stream when I do an actual counterattack against. Well, the problem is that based on the rules of war, I can only attack if Bird is online. So we'll have to arrange that ahead of time. That trailer needed more Kenny Loggins. Yes, that's true. We don't have any Kenny Loggins in there. I am a native speaker of Turkestan. Poot poofed. Highway to the danger zone. Yeah. Bird asks, where's the body? That's new sarcasm. Alexander, man, just thinking about bananas and Spider-Man and this ant is freaking me out right now, man. John says, if at first you don't succeed, die again. That is BIRDOPREY's motto, actually, and I believe that's on his family crest. Been trying to tunnel, but got a poor sense of direction. Yeah, tunneling is really difficult in the game sometimes, unless you know the secret. I am a trog, says Kronos. Okay. Can't wait for next summer when Space Hunter and the Adventures in the Forbidden Zone 2 comes out. Wait, that's not happening? That was such a bad movie. I have not aged well since Top Gun. Yeah, me neither. Why not, says... Yeah, really, where's Space Hunters 2? Sounds like pastrami. I'm getting hungry. Wow. Let's see. The Victoria Batwoman didn't throw bananas like the MCU had made. That's true. Darren says, I'm sorry for calling you guys troglodytes. That was uncalled for. I'll just call you trogs. Much better, Darren. Much better. Wow, Bird is a pro. He comes and no one sees him coming. Wow, I trigger. Wow, you made Mr. Rogers sound like Captain Marvel.
It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood if you're a girl. Yeah, come on over to my house. I'll change my sweater. Kelly McGurnis was raped after Top Gun movie. She never made another movie. I didn't know about that. That's terrible. Christopher McDonald, a.k.a. Shooter McGavin from Happy Gilmore, and a.k.a. Lieutenant Castile from the Enterprise C, was in Southwest Florida today. Wish I could have gone to see him. Oh, well, what was he doing in Southwest Florida? Or were you just stalking him? Chrono says, my childhood is totally wrecked. Oh, because of Mr. Rogers? Sorry. Alex wants naked Aunt May instead of Marvel. Instead, Marvel pulls a bait and switch and uses naked lore. How... Oh, man, the new Captain Marvel will be played by Lore Reloaded. Well, you guys complained that Captain Marvel didn't fill out the suit enough, so... Jeez. Now you sound like an anti-Ned Flanders. Haddily hodily. Yeah, that's just freaking wrong. Oh, man. Well, this has been an interesting one. However, I do need to wrap it up because I am way hurting. But I do want to thank you for hanging out with me as always. I'm going to do my best. I'm going to try to do a stream tomorrow, actually, because it is the 50th anniversary of Man Walking on the Moon, an event that I remember like it was yesterday. I'm not even making that up. Let me see here. Now, this is interesting. So my comment on Trek movie has still not been approved. Just so you know. So right here you can say I posted the comment at 6:28 p.m. West Coast time. Still says comment awaiting moderation. However, Phil posted sucks to be you at 6:44. So that was just 9 minutes ago, and it got approved right away apparently. So yeah. That's interesting. I would gladly watch a naked Marissa Tomei. In the final battle of Endgames, MCU Aunt May should have thrown bananas naked. Thanos slip on a banana and break his neck. Of course, he had be an erection after... Alex. Oh, jeez, Alexander. Oh, that's just wrong. Good to see you laugh, Hand Trigger. Do you think the laughter is helpful? I do. I really do.
but the at the same time, it doesn't change the fact that it hurts, but it helps lift your spirits, lift your mood, and all that. And that is important. It keeps you, because if you can't hold on to your sanity in a time like this, then you just become completely destroyed as a person. And because of Alexander is here, we'll finish off with his favorite thing in the whole world.
The board vessel's moving into range.
On screen.
Let's get lost in that magic place all alone now. Drink a fill from my fountain of love, wet your lips. I'm a man, I'm a teaser, I'm a man, well I'm a virgin, I'm a man, I'm a one-night stand, a man, I'm a man, I'm a man, I'm a dream, I'm a dream divine, make love together.
He's dead.
Oh man! So first of all, Kronos throws some money into PayPal. Thank you so much. You keep saying Pal Pay; it always throws me off. And so you let me know what you want there, Kronos, and I will play that before we finish up. Thundercats asks if I have a Patreon. I do technically. The link is in the description of my videos. However, if you do want to support the channel, and thank you by the way for asking, but if you do want to support the channel. The best way to do it is honestly through antitrekker.com. If you go to antitrekker.com and subscribe there, you can do just like Patreon. You can do a monthly or one-time donation to the channel. And if you do it there, since it's done directly through PayPal, they don't take away as much in overhead. It's PalP, yes. And so they don't take as much as Patreon does. So if you do want to support the channel, I would ask that you do it there. Also, your name goes in the credits if you do it on antitrekker.com. And if you don't want your username as you have it set up on the website, you have the option there of putting whatever name you want in the credits. So Uber, something that the underlings want. All right, guys. So we have an UBERCHAT on the table. And so you can pick any number 1 through 11. Remember, 11 is the new one that we just saw, BIRDOPREY getting shot up. So I want G.I. Joe. I also want MCU Aunt May naked. Well, I know you... Well, what? That's different. I know you want MCU Aunt May naked, but G.I. Joe? They tried that twice, and it failed. I don't think we're going to get a G.I. Joe movie because the problem is Hollywood these days with the wokeness and all that, they don't know how to make a G.I. Joe movie because they can't make it patriotic. They hate patriotism in Hollywood. So since they can't make it patriotic, they're not going to make the movie good, period. And that's why in the G.I. Joe movies that they tried to make, it's an international team. Shut up. All right, so we got a couple of votes for 11, or no, we got 1 vote for 11, 1 vote for 5. So if you got a vote here, whoever takes it, I'll play that UBERCHAT, and that'll be the last thing we do before we sign off. So far we got a vote for 5 and a vote for 11. 1 through 11 are the numbers. Miss Pac-Man says the bird attack, that's 2 for 11. Baroness Naked. I want UBERCHAT G.I. Joe. You got to tell me the number. I don't know them by like that. The only ones, I only know a couple of them. I know Spinning Spock by that one, and I know the 7 of 9 and Lore Reloaded singing. But the rest, I don't know. But you'd have to tell me a number.
So Zachary votes for. Now we got a tie between 5 and 11. Who's going to break the tie? Kronos votes for 11. So Kronos broke the tie. It's number 11. But you know what? Because I'm just crazy, I'll play both because you guys are awesome.
I am pleased to announce that all of you will be superheroes in this team.
Yay!
Except you, William.
Wait, how come?
It is because you are a straight white heteronormative Christian man without disabilities of any kind.
I just thought I could help serve others by becoming a superhero. Yeah, we're leaving. You're a terrible leader.
Oh, by the way, Joshua's working on a new animation now that is going to be absolutely hilarious. I'm telling you, you will absolutely love it when it comes out. And one thing I do want to say real quick, if you're interested in the Space Engineers thing, please go to eddietricker.com. You can, there's instructions in the general discussion area on how to join the Space Engineers server. You do have to have the game to play, but the server is free for supporters of this channel and of the BIRDOPREY channel. And by supporters, I don't mean you have to pay anything. You just being a subscriber and hanging out with us. That's all you got to do. So be sure to go there, check the instructions. You can join the server. If you do like what you're seeing on the server and stuff, let us know, because if the demand keeps growing, because right now we're getting more and more people playing, if it grows enough, it will increase the server size to accommodate however many people we end up getting. Because as long as you guys are enjoying it, that's the important thing. All right, guys, so we're going to wrap up with number 11 on the Uber chats, and you guys take care. Have a wonderful whatever the hell it is.
I am pleased to announce that all of you will be superheroes in this team.
And here's what we're gonna
Except
do.
you, William.
Wait,
It's a beautiful day in Karoga. Of course, it's time to protect the Karoga homelands. Ah, shit! We're already taking shots. What the hell was that? What? Son of a bitch. Son of a bitch. Who shot me? Who shot me? Where's the body? There it is. God damn it. God damn it. It would help if it was telling me where people were shooting from. Fuck! For Alamarine, if you can see Alamarine, you'll come with me. Alamarine.